Hey there, it's good to see you. If you're watching this, chances are you care about your health, your future, and maybe even your independence. And let me just say, you're not alone. Growing older doesn't mean slowing down. In fact, for many of us, it's the perfect time to start living smarter, not just longer. And today we're talking about something that matters to all of us: how to add more healthy, happy years to your life after 65. Now, I'm not here to sell you some magic pill or overnight fix, but what I am here to tell you is this: there are 6 simple, science-backed habits that can truly change your future. These are the things that help you feel better, move easier, and think clearer. And if you stick around, you're going to walk away with tools that could add 10 or more quality years to your life. Let's be real for a second. As we age, the world has this habit of treating us like we're supposed to fade quietly into the background. But no, this is your time. You've got wisdom, experience, and stories that younger folks don't even come close to. You deserve to feel strong, in control, and vibrant every single day. So let's start with something really basic, but absolutely critical: movement. Now, I'm not talking about running marathons or lifting heavy weights. I'm talking about simple, consistent movement. Walking, gentle stretching, light strength exercises, just 20 to 30 minutes a day. And before you say, "I'm too old for that," let me tell you, science says otherwise. A recent study from Harvard found that even light physical activity, done regularly, can reduce your risk of early death by over 30%. That's huge. It's not about intensity, it's about consistency. And it's never too late to start. I know folks in their 70s and 80s who began walking just 1 block a day, and within months, they were walking 2 miles without breaking a sweat. They're stronger, are more confident, and less likely to fall. That's the power of movement. And here's the kicker: movement isn't just good for your body, it's a miracle for your mind. Which brings me to the second habit that adds years to your life: staying mentally active. You've probably heard the phrase, use it or lose it, right? Well, that applies to your brain too. Studies from the Mayo Clinic show that regularly challenging your brain, whether it's through reading, puzzles, learning a new skill, or even having deep conversations, can delay or even prevent cognitive decline. Think about that. You don't have to accept memory loss as a normal part of aging. You can fight it, naturally and daily, by simply keeping your mind engaged. You might pick up a new hobby like painting, playing an instrument, or learning how to use new technology. I had a viewer write in the other day saying she joined an online book club at 72 and is reading more now than she ever did in her 30s. She said it completely changed how she felt about aging. And that's what we're talking about here: lifestyle, not luck. Because when you take care of your mind and body, everything changes. Now let's talk food for a second. Habit number 3 is about something we do every single day: eating. But it's not just what you eat, it's how you eat that can impact how long you live. I'm not going to throw a bunch of diet rules at you. You've heard them all before. But I will say this: focus on eating more whole, unprocessed foods. Think fresh vegetables, fruits, nuts, legumes, lean proteins, and healthy fats like olive oil. The Mediterranean-style diet is one of the most studied in the world, and it's consistently linked with longer life, lower risk of heart disease, and better brain health. It's not a fad. It's a way of living that's been around for centuries. And if cooking for one feels like a hassle, I get it. But there are easy ways to make it work: one-pot meals, soups that last several days, or batch cooking on Sundays. It doesn't have to be hard. Your future self will thank you. Now, I want to pause here for a second, because so far we've talked about movement, mental sharpness, and eating well, all important. But what ties all of these together, what really gives these habits power, is your mindset. And that leads us into the 4th habit I want to talk about, but I'll save that for the next part because it deserves its own space. But before we wrap up this first part, I want you to hear me loud and clear. You are not too old to make changes. You are not too late. You are not finished. Small steps lead to big results, especially when you stay consistent. Whether it's walking to the mailbox and back, reading a chapter of a book each night, or swapping out one processed food for something fresh, you are adding life to your years. And just maybe years to your life. In part 2, we're going deeper into the emotional side of longevity. Things like stress, sleep, and relationships, and how they can either steal years from you or give them back. So if you've ever wondered how happiness and purpose tie into your health, or what science says about stress and aging, you'll definitely want to stick around. We've already talked about moving your body, keeping your brain active, and eating foods that fuel you instead of drag you down. But there's something even deeper that affects how long and how well you live, and that's your emotional and mental well-being. See, we often focus so much on our physical health: doctors, pills, blood pressure, cholesterol. all important. But the truth is, your emotions, your stress levels, your relationships, those play a huge role in how your body ages. In fact, chronic stress can literally shorten your life. So let's talk about the fourth habit for adding 10 or more years to your life after 65, managing stress and protecting your peace. Now I know, easier said than done, life doesn't magically become stress-free often. Tier retirement. In fact, for many people, it gets more complicated. Health scares, losing friends or a spouse, feeling less useful. But here's the thing, you may not control what happens around you, but you can control how you respond to it. And science backs this up. Studies show that daily stress causes inflammation in the body. It weakens your immune system. It increases the risk of heart disease, stroke, and even Alzheimer's. But here's the good news. Small daily habits can reverse that damage. Simple breathing exercises, a few minutes of stretching, or even just sitting quietly with your thoughts. These can calm your nervous system and lower your blood pressure. Some people pray. Others meditate. Some listen to music and sit in the sun for 10 minutes each morning. You don't need a full spa day to feel peace. You just need a few quiet moments where you're not rushing, worrying, or judging yourself. And while we're on the subject of peace, let's move to habit number 5, staying socially connected. This one might surprise you, but social connection is one of the strongest predictors of longevity. Stronger than exercise, stronger than diet. People who stay connected with friends, family, community, tend to live longer, healthier lives. The blue zones, which are areas in the world where people regularly live past 100, all have one thing in common: deep, meaningful social bonds. But what if you live alone? What if your family isn't around or you've lost your spouse? That's a reality many face, and it's okay, because connection doesn't have to mean having a house full of people. It can be one good friend, a walking group, a class at the community center, even talking to neighbors or getting involved in a cause you care about. I once spoke with a 78-year-old man who volunteers twice a week at a food pantry. He told me it gave him purpose again. And that was the word he used, purpose. That's something we all need, no matter our age. And by the way, online connection counts too. I've seen so many people over 65 join Facebook groups, book clubs on Zoom, or even start YouTube channels. The key is to keep talking, keep laughing, keep sharing. Don't isolate, because when we isolate, we shrink. But when we connect, we grow, even at 90. Now let's wrap this up with the 6th habit, and this one brings everything together. Get quality sleep. Now I know some of you might be shaking your heads saying, well, that's great, but I haven't had a full night's sleep since I was 50. Believe me, I hear this all the time. But hear me out. Your body does its most important repair work while you sleep. That includes repairing cells, reducing inflammation, balancing hormones, and even strengthening your immune system. Lack of sleep doesn't just make you tired, it can actually age your body faster. It raises your risk of heart disease, weakens memory, and contributes to weight gain. So what can you do? Start with the basics. Go to bed and wake up at the same time each day. Even on weekends, avoid screens an hour before bed. Keep your bedroom cool and dark. And try a calming routine before sleep, like a warm bath, soft music, or light stretching. And if you're still struggling, talk to your doctor. Sometimes sleep issues are tied to medications, pain, or even sleep apnea, things that can be treated. You deserve restful sleep. So let's take a breath together and look at the big picture. You've just learned 6 powerful habits that science says can add 10 or more years to your life. Not just any years, but vibrant, clear-minded, independent years. And they aren't complicated. They don't require money or fancy equipment. They start with a choice. The choice to move a little more, to feed your body well, to keep your brain busy, to lower your stress, to stay connected, to sleep like you matter, because you do. And if it feels overwhelming, don't worry. Start with one. Just one habit this week. Maybe you take a 10-minute walk after dinner. Or you call a friend you haven't spoken to in a while. Maybe you eat one extra serving of vegetables today. It's not about being perfect. It's about showing up for you. Remember, aging isn't about decline. It's about evolving. It's about becoming more intentional, more joyful, and yes, healthier. So if no one's told you lately, you're doing great. The fact that you're here, learning and growing, that means something. If you found this helpful, make sure to like and subscribe, because we've got more powerful, uplifting, and practical videos coming your way. This isn't just about living longer, it's about living better. And trust me, the best years might just be ahead of you. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next one.